evening and welcome to Garbage Theater.
Tonight's installment, Sniper Special Ops.
Welcome, folks, to another episode of Garbage Theater. I'm your host, Chase, with my co-host, Blake, as always.
Yes, I am ready to go.
Let's get this shit show on the road.
That's right.
Sniper Special Ops.
Steven Seagal. A man, I won't say of little words, a man of mumbling words.
Incoherent words.
Yes. And
slurred words.
I actually took the road less traveled and didn't turn on closed captioning while I was watching it.
Oh, how'd you get... I should have just had all my questions be things that he said.
Oh, look, there was a couple times it was just... And I'm like, it's not important. Are they gonna...
The $50 that I owe you.
Or are they going to get the truck back or not?
Okay, well, needless to say, I'm sure we both have a ton to talk about this movie. Because I've got lots of notes. I couldn't wait to record this.
This was the first one that I enjoyed watching. Yeah, I enjoyed watching it for the wrong reasons, but I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, it was this one. I couldn't wait to start recording because of all the things in it that I knew we were going to tear apart.
Right. And it's bad.
Yeah, it is.
So,
okay, steaks. Let's get the steaks out of the way. Once again, you're up on the chopping block, so you get honors to go first.
Okay, so I decided that I would pick a movie that you might like. I figured this was in your wheelhouse. It just squeaked under the threshold. It is like right under 2.5 stars. And it is a little movie called Magic Mike. The Scripper movie.
The Scripper movie.
The Scripper movie.
With G.I. Joe.
Yes. With Never Will Be Gambit, I guess, because that movie ain't happening. This came out in 2012, and everybody knows what this movie is. I don't have to explain it too much. Most everybody's broads went and saw it, and went with some of their friends and drank a flirtini while they watched it, and How
do you make a flirtini?
I don't know. I had one before though. I had one at a bachelor party.
What? Some party.
Look, hey, when it's time to gets down, Blake gets down. That thing was strong as shit too. I'm just saying now, like a flirtini will knock you on your ass. Anyway, I don't have the reviews like you usually do. I just have one quote from the movie.
Oh, good.
Whoever Adam is, huh?
You gonna sell it right with this one quote?
Yes. It's between Adam and Magic Mike. Adam says, "Dude, this has no back." And Magic Mike says, "Yeah, that's the point. It's a thong."
Great.
Yes. So, there you go.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
We shall see.
You haven't answered any questions yet.
I will say I'm at a disadvantage again tonight. You want to know why? Little breaking the... Well, I don't even know if it's breaking the fourth wall, but a little behind-the-scenes action. Where I record from is right outside of New Orleans. I went to a parade earlier today, and I may or may not have imbibed a couple drinks.
I was assuming, when you told me that you were going to a Mardi Gras parade, I was assuming this was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I was hoping to God that you weren't going to come home and say, "Oh, I can't do it tonight."
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
He's like, no, whatever state you're in, we're doing this.
Like, I'm not 3 sheets to the wind. I'm about 1.5. So, like, I'm still good.
Okay, so you threw yours out on the table, Magic Mike.
Yes,
Now it's my turn. I, unlike you, am taking it easy on you this week.
Okay.
Because I felt bad because you didn't get to watch your shark movie.
This is true.
White
people crazy.
You really wanted to watch Avalanche Sharks, and it got stricken from the table with your loss last week.
Correct.
So I met you halfway with this week's pick. I'm going to let you have your shark movie.
Okay.
But I say I meet you halfway because I want you to have the shark movie that you want to watch, but also I've got a fever. And the only prescription is more Rob Van Dam.
Oh. Wait, he's done more movies? Was this before or after Special Ops?
This was... When was Special Ops out?
Last year.
2016?
Yeah.
This was 1 year prior.
Oh.
2015.
So it was the Special Ops people that said, you know what this movie needs?
Yeah.
You ever saw that shark movie with Van Damme in it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. What's the movie called, by the way?
So, for this week's challenge, I offer up the 2015 Danny Trejo, Rob Van Dam doubleheader, or should I say triple header, with three-headed shark attack.
Son of a bitch.
2 stars on Netflix, 2.7 stars on IMDb, and once again, no tomato meter to be seen.
I might throw the game.
Okay, synopsis. Born inside a giant vortex of ocean pollution, a deadly 3-headed shark attacks a research facility and threatens a cruise ship's party guests.
A cruise
Review
ship?
headlines. Really bad. More heads.
Wait,
and reviewers miss
wait.
the point.
Wait. More
This,
heads?
this is a sequel to 2-Headed Shark Attack.
Shut up.
Yes. More heads.
What the? That's insane. I'm so intrigued by this.
Yeah. It's one of those movies that they made it went straight to video, and then Sci-Fi, I guess, distributed it by taking all the bad words and stuff out of it and putting it on the Sci-Fi channel.
Wow.
So it's affiliated with Sci-Fi, but it's a movie. It's not made by Sci-Fi for TV.
Okay.
It's not made for TV. It's made for DVD.
Let me tell you something. Like, I'm shocked by this pick. Like, straight up, here's the
I told you I was
clap.
taking it easy on you this week.
The slow clap is just like, that is, I can't believe. Why didn't I think of that? Because now, do I really want to watch Magic Mike?
Yeah. What would you rather watch? Magic Mike or 3-Headed Shark Attack with Danny Trejo and Rob Van Dam?
Let me tell you this. Watch. This is it just hit me in the head. What's going to happen here? I want you to watch Magic Mike more than I want to see 3-Headed Shark. Because I would watch that on my own time. So we're good. We're fine. Yeah, so
All right, well, we'll go from there.
yeah, this will be in the true spirit of competition here, because now it's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to lose now, because I want you to have to watch Magic Mike
And then you're going to watch my pick for fun anyway.
just for pleasure.
Professionalism.
I think I burp in every show, right?
You have so far.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that going.
Okay. All right, so without further ado, let's get to the goddamn quiz so we can get into this movie.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Question 1. What is the code name of Sergeant Mosby's team?
Dog bite?
Son of a bitch. I was hoping with all the code words being thrown around, you'd lose the real one. All right, one down.
Okay.
During the ambush in the village, who's the first of the team to be shot?
Ambush in the village.
In the beginning of the movie, when they get ambushed, saving the congressman, who's the first member of the team to be shot?
I don't know his name.
Well, you should. They called it out the second it happened.
Oh.
Poor bastard. You don't even remember him.
I'll pass.
Pass. Okay, coming back to it. It might not even matter. What college did Miss Reporter Lady graduate from?
Son of a bitch. It was Saint something. Damn it. I knew. I should have paid attention to that part. God damn it. Because he was like, Yale, Stanford, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, Saint something, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Dog bite. Fuck. All right,
let's go.
Pass. I'm passing.
Passing twice in a row, not a good sign.
No, it isn't.
What tool does Detroit ask Vasquez to give him when working on Specialist Tyler's truck?
It's a monkey wrench that he gets.
Yeah, okay. I'll get. Yeah, it was a big pipe wrench.
Yeah, a monkey
okay.
wrench.
So you got 2. You passed on 2. So this one's for all the kibbles and bits.
Yeah, because I don't know the other 2.
You might get this one because it's not that hard. This one was my softball, so you may be in the clear here.
Okay.
How many times does Overwatch fire his sniper rifle?
Okay. All right, wait. So after the big firefight, he gets the 2 guys. And then... Wait, in the beginning, okay, he shoots the first guy. That's 1.
Tick tock, tick tock.
6.
6?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're way off. He only shoots that goddamn sniper rifle 3 times. Then he ditches it for the rest of the movie.
You know what? You even hear me say, I said he shot the first guy.
He shoots the first guy.
And he shot the 2
then
other
the second
guys
guy
after
comes
the
out and he
firefight.
shoots him. And then the first guy comes out to spring the ambush. He shoots him, throws the sniper rifle to the wind, and then pulls out the AR.
All right, what were my other 2 questions so I can try it?
Going back. Who was the first member of the team to be shot in the firefight?
Marcus.
Wrong.
Damn.
It was Doc.
Doc.
Doc, the medic, went down, and later Seagal had to waddle his fat ass out there to get the med pack.
I don't remember the college. I know it was Saint something.
All right, you're 2 and 2, so this is it. The college.
I can't believe I'm on a 3 fucking game losing streak.
But look what you're gonna watch.
I don't care.
Come on. Guess it or concede.
I know it's... I don't know, because it's just Saint something, so I'm out.
That ain't it. That ain't the whole thing, brother.
I know.
It was Mount St. Agnes.
Fuck.
We swimming with the sharks, ladies and gentlemen. And ain't nobody watching Magic Mike anytime soon.
No.
You can watch that one on your own for fun if you want to.
No. Well, I might.
Well. Okay, well, now that we got that ugly little business out of the way, let's talk
I am
about
so
this
mad
goddamn
right now.
movie.
Like, I'm mad. I can't believe I lost again.
Oh.
I need to stop watching these things only once.
Yeah, you watch it once the day before we record, and you go and do a bunch of stuff, and
go out drinking, go on to parades and shit, and then come back like, oh, I got it.
If you're gonna watch it once, you gotta do like me, and you gotta really take it in.
Well,
you watch it in one sitting. I watch it in several sittings.
I even had Blaine sitting there laughing at it with me. I'm missing all kind of plot points because me and him were chuckling at it.
Well, okay, so where do we even frickin' start?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it because we talked about it the last episode. Steven Seagal stand-in.
Yes.
If Seagal is not sitting down...
or leaning up against the railing.
Correct. It's not him.
Nope.
There's a few scenes where he goes up and down a staircase. Like, he couldn't even do that.
It's always shot from the back, and it's clearly not him.
And something's obscuring his face. At one point, the other guy even covers his face with a gun. I mean, it is... And then the other thing, when he is on screen and he's mobile, they only get him from, like, right under his breast up.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to show his gut.
They don't show that midsection.
No.
Because the few times they do...
do
you see it?
They added fabric to that body armor. I'm telling you that right now.
They put all those ammo belts and pouches on his midsection in the front. But whenever he turns and you get him from profile, it's just this big swath of man.
And it's like... But all I could think was, when he signed on to do this movie, he's probably like, yeah, I'll do the movie, but I'm not getting out of this chair. And they're like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. No problem.
We're also knocking out all my scenes in one day.
Yeah. Yeah. And he wore them damn sunglasses through the whole thing, even in a dark room.
That's okay. Here's the thing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm in no way a military expert, but should the sniper of the group be always wearing sunglasses?
I wouldn't think. I'm not trained professionally.
I mean, it wasn't even. It seemed like it was very overcast out, that he didn't even need them in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing was, though I have never been in the military, I have fired many a weapon. And, you live in Louisiana. You fire weapons. That's no problem. There was only 2 people in this movie that knew how to hold a gun. And Seagal wasn't one of them.
Okay, here's something. Did you notice how he was constantly shifting from right-handed to left-handed?
Yes. Which is
that
fine.
A thing?
You can do that. That's fine. But not the way he did it.
Because he would like take it and bring it up, and he'd get his hands up here and he'd swing it around, and
it was very.
It was a good 20 seconds where he was completely vulnerable juggling this gun.
The best way you could say it is he switched haphazardly. I mean, there's no other way to explain it, and just the way he held that gun, that the automatic weapon he's shooting. I don't know exactly what it is. He was holding it weird. And then whenever he shot, like, you could tell, like, right away you knew it was, like, movie rounds because it's barely even got any kickback on it.
Yeah.
Like it was like an airsoft gun he was shooting.
We're not going to give Steven Seagal live rounds.
No.
Look how he holds a gun.
The best thing, when he comes downstairs and he goes to get on that phone and he takes his pistol out just to grab the phone and his hands are all crossed up. Like, he doesn't know where to put his hands. So he rests his hand holding the pistol on his fucking gut to talk on the phone. And what's funny is he's pointing it out the door. He's looking out the door and pointing.
He just puts his gun on his fucking gut.
And then he sets his gun on his gut, and then he looks the other way with the gun still pointed the other way.
Oh, I'll get him. I'll hear him coming in.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry. The inside of these...
This is how they train them in the military now.
Yeah, the inside of these glasses have mirrors in them. But it was like... It was so bad. And then, like, the fire team that goes in at first, like, right when they're going into the village the first time, I was like, who told these people how to hold guns? There was 2 of them. 2 of them that could hold it.
I desperately want this movie to be watched by someone with military background that could give us an analysis.
Yes. I'll get to work on that.
I want an ex-Army, ex-Marine, somebody to watch this and say, wow, who was the consultant on this?
I actually have quite a few in my contacts on my phone right now. I will get them to watch it.
Yes.
No problem.
So, okay, well, let's start going through the movie.
Yes.
It opens up, Team Dogbite, led by Sergeant Mosby. It's Sergeant, right? I don't know.
It was a sergeant.
Okay, he was a sergeant. Going into this village to extract a congressman who's been kidnapped by the Taliban.
Correct.
And Overwatch is Seagal and his young apprentice, his young ward,
Which, by the way, totally ruins my gaming experience, knowing that he has a code name Overwatch.
Overwatch. You'll never be able to play that game without thinking of that again.
At least I won't be able to play as a Widowmaker anymore.
Yeah. So they go in. They're going in, and Overwatch is already there. Correct.
Correct.
Yeah, he's already there.
He's posted up
for reasons. So they get choppered in.
Wait, I can tell you the reason why. Because they couldn't film him going in.
They could film him jumping out of a helicopter and running into this village.
They had the stand-in for a certain amount of time. I mean, they couldn't have all that shit.
Yeah, he's already there.
Yeah.
So he's already there, and they're coming in, and they're asking him, is it clear to come in? And he goes, no, it's not clear yet. And a Taliban guy comes around the corner. He snipes him. And then, okay, is it clear now? He goes, not yet. And then one more comes out. He shoots him. Okay, now it's clear. Yeah. 2 guys.
Correct.
He had to shoot 2 guys. The village is clear. Come on in.
Right. Which
so, it wasn't.
Once again, I'm not in the military. No. However, I know that you don't shoot 2 guys out in the open streets and say, "Yep, we're good to go through this whole village."
Not only is that village not clear, but it later turns out the head of the goddamn Taliban is there.
Yes.
So,
which then goes back, when you put it that way, Overwatch is a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because God knows how long his fat ass was camped out on top of that building, and he thought 2 people was in the village.
He lets off 2 rounds. And guess what, folks? We're over halfway through all the sniping in this movie.
Yes. Yes.
Within the first 5 minutes.
I was disappointed.
Over half the sniping's done.
I was disappointed with a movie called Sniper. With
Steven Seagal on the cover.
Yeah, there wasn't much.
He might have been in this movie 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Total screen time.
If that.
19 and a half of those minutes, he was sitting his ass down in a chair.
Yes.
So anyway, so they come in, they find the congressman. While they're going in, there's a little back and forth between Marcus and Sleeveless McGee there.
Yeah, that was another thing. That's something else. Something sure a military person will say. Yeah, nobody's not wearing sleeves in the desert.
Well, look at the Predator Squad. They're all unique characters with their own little bells and whistles on their thing. When you get into that upper echelon, you're allowed to have a little bit of a character.
But they never said if these were in the upper echelon. I only saw one thing that said Army. None of them said they were. None of them were commandos or nothing like in Predator.
But it's special ops. The title says it's special ops.
Allegedly.
You can't take the title of the movie for its own word.
You don't know what Special Ops Seagal was.
He was Sniper Special Ops.
There is no such thing. Was he a SEAL? Was he recon? I don't know. No. Yeah, I'm not a Navy SEAL. I'm a Navy Walrus.
That's like 10 times higher than SEAL.
Yeah. And was that goatee real? Was that his real hair?
Well,
or is that like a wig for his face?
They transplanted some of his timeless hair on his head to his face.
And I told you this the other day when we first started with this thing. Hair is not that black. I have black hair, like jet black hair, and it ain't no. That looks like it. It looks like fake hair. It's too black.
He wrung out one of those big fat permanent markers over his head, and just scrubbed all that in there. It's like void black.
But you didn't see his hair, and like I've seen his hair. Yeah. And other things. You don't see his hair in the movie.
Well, no, he's in a bandana the whole time.
Right. But you see this fake goatee. That can't be real.
Well, when you've got the spirit of a 17th century Chinese holy man living within you.
God damn you.
Anything's possible.
All right, so
why don't you go ahead and jot that down?
So fake hair on your head is a wig. Fake pubes is a merkin. What What's it called when you got a fake goatee?
I don't know. Coin a phrase.
A faux tee? I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Okay, so we'll go on. I'm sorry.
Okay. So there's in this first scene where they're coming in to extract the congressman, there is an obscene amount of military nonsense jargon.
Yes.
To a point that I don't think even in the actual military they talk with that much jargon.
You know what?
I had no idea what was going on.
But the thing was, they used a lot of it, yes. And that may be used in the military. However, you can get that same jargon from the first few cutscenes of a Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
You know, well, we're Oscar Mike, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, the only reason I know about that is Call of Duty. Yeah. You know, I don't know.
There was so much of it, though. And then it breaks because Seagal's young ward there, the lookout, they're doing all this jargon. And then he says, wait, hold up a second. There's something kicking up dust down the street around the corner. No jargon whatsoever.
No.
And I swore that Mosby was going to get on the radio and say, didn't copy that. Could you please repeat back in jargon?
Yeah.
That was way too clear.
We need more jargonification with your speak there, Cap.
There's so many little one-liners being shot at each little pair of the team. They're clearly trying to capture the Predator vibe when they're ambushing the guerrillas in the jungle.
Yes.
And it's not.
Oh, it's not that. As far as you can get from. Another thing, like you got a sniper, okay,
yeah.
and his watch with him.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd know each other.
Usually, you would think they'd be paired together since the beginning.
You would think they would be a team.
Yeah.
This wasn't the case.
No, he does not know this child.
No,
that's with him.
This kid just got lucky enough to be with the Messiah that is Overwatch.
Yet he still gets shot.
You got a bullet lodged in your spine. I stopped the bleeding.
I pulled it out with my teeth.
Yeah,
I willed it out. So they're coming in. There's this back and forth banter. Marcus pulls out his rabbit foot and he kisses it. He's like, it never hurts. And the other guy's like, no thanks, I'm trying to quit. That kind of one-liners going back and forth.
Correct.
So they go in, they get the congressman, they bring him out, and as they're coming out, the ambush starts.
Correct.
And Taliban number 3 comes running around the corner, and Overwatch takes him out and immediately throws his sniper rifle to the wind.
Right.
And that's it. That's the last time he fires that goddamn sniper rifle. He then switches to his automatic and just starts spraying from the roof, letting everybody know where the sniper is.
Yeah. And I understand it's an action movie, and I get it. And, of course, you like seeing Taliban members get shot. You know.
Taliban members being the brownest guys we could find on set.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, like, yay, America, Taliban's dying. However, I know that the Taliban is more trained than that. Like, they take no cover. They run straight down, single file down the middle of a street.
Yep. Later on, they're in a firefight out in a field, and they're just jostling down the hills.
Yeah, just running through the grass.
Right out in the open.
Here we go. No problem.
So he starts picking them off, and I swear half of those guys were white guys. They just wrapped up with a towel and said, don't look at them too far.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just get all the grips out here. Get the best boy out here. You at the catering table. Come over here. You want to be in a movie?
Who wants to be in a movie?
So a big firefight breaks out.
No, I got it. You know what it was? Steven Seagal was in the bar the night before. Hey, how many of you want to be in a movie tomorrow? Shit, Steve, I'll be in the movie. Good. Be here at 0800. You know what that means, son? It means 8 o'clock.
To you? So,
and then right then his bar stool collapses underneath the weight of him.
He wasn't in a bar stool. He was sitting out in front of the bar in his truck still.
Yeah.
They had to bring beers out to him. He was yelling that out the window.
Send the boy back in for another Coors.
So as the amount of ADR just grunts and groans and yells in this movie was nothing was recorded on the spot.
No.
And there was one part where I had to stop the movie because I was laughing so hard. One of the Taliban was running around the corner, and the sound they chose to have him do was
I know exactly the part you're talking about.
He just comes around the corner with his AK.
Yeah. Because even I thought, was that necessary? Like,
yeah. So the fight, it's not going well. The members of the team are dropping like flies. So Mosby gets on the horn back to B-line, which is the base.
Right.
And says, we got to get that whirly bird back over here because the shit's breaking out. You got to get us out. And they said, oh, we can't. There's another thing happening somewhere else that we have to give all our air support to.
We know you're there to. We know you're there to rescue a congressman.
A congressman.
But yeah, we don't have a helicopter ready for it. I know we told you that we were going to do that, but no.
No, we're going to have to send in ground units. The ground units, 2 Humvees, get there within 30 seconds.
Yes. Might as well have been whirly birds.
The base must be down the block.
If that.
And they had to chopper in for this shit? And
which, by the way,
choppered out?
The ground extraction team was codenamed Rattler.
Okay.
I thought that was going to be a question.
That's what I mean. There were so many code names throughout this. I figured the first one said would be the first one forgotten.
Oh, I got you.
So they come out. They're waiting on Overwatch to get his ass down to the Humvee.
And what do you know? His fat ass didn't make it in time.
Because he's too busy walking at the slowest pace down this alleyway, frantically switching his grip on his gun back and forth. Yeah. They get cut off.
His young steward's like, hey, Overwatch, can you hurry up? I can't hurry. I'm being mysterious.
He doesn't make it to the Hummers. They have to leave without him. And that's that. So he's there. His young ward gets hit. So he has to he quote unquote carries him back upstairs. That was not him.
No, that was not him.
Brings him back upstairs where he does his whole let me rest my beer/gun on my gut while I try to get on the horn.
But what's funny is when that scene came up and he was carrying him up the stairs, I literally thought they were showing another team until I realized, wait, that's supposed to be him carrying the guy up the stairs.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they were like switching angles and I thought maybe it was part of the old team or something. Yeah. But no, it was supposed to be him. Mm-hmm. Just miraculously, he lost 65 pounds.
He slung that poor soldier over his shoulder and carried him away like the hero he is.
Yeah, come on, son. Let's mosey on back up these stairs.
So Mosby gets back to the base and reports to Lieutenant Colonel, I'm a Lieutenant Colonel in every goddamn war movie and thing ever made.
Isn't he?
He is in everything.
Yes.
Reports back to him, wants to go back and get Overwatch. Says, we can't do it. We can't spare you. We're locking everything down.
Yeah. So, by God, there's a truck down the road. That's more important.
There's a truck down the road, and we need it. So then we were introduced to the reporter, who I can't even remember her name.
Oh, I can't even remember her name either.
No, the reporter is all we're going to call her.
Right.
So the reporter comes into it, and she's trying to throw her weight around because she's the daughter of, or the niece or something of a big commander somewhere.
The niece of an admiral.
The niece of an admiral.
I thought that was going to be a question too.
Nope, I didn't even remember that. So she's the niece to the admiral, and not only that, She covered Obama Dad. God damn it.
Yeah.
This is the point where I stopped the movie dead and got on my phone and Googled Obama Dad. And you know what I got? Barack Obama's dad over and over again.
Yeah, there is
Obama
no Obama
Dad is not a place.
Right.
I
think maybe that was Seagal's, Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure all the locations said in this are not actual places.
No, they're not. They're not. But I bet you that was like Seagal's political interjection right there.
Call Obama Dad.
Hey, if I'm gonna do this flick, I want something to be called Obama Dad. Why?
I don't know, Steven. That sounds pretty bad and made up.
Well, when you want the big gun to come on the movie, you got to pay the price.
Yeah. Okay. Was this a movie? Was this a Steven Seagal vehicle, this movie? Or was he brought in to lend credit to the movie?
That's a good question. I'm still...
He's not the main character.
He's not.
Mosby's the main character.
Correct. But the title of the movie is Sniper.
And it's just him standing there.
There's only one sniper in the movie.
Yeah.
So you'd have to assume it's a Seagal vehicle.
Yeah, you'd have to assume that. Does he have that much clout? He could be in a movie for 20 minutes and it's his movie?
Well, when your competition's Rob fucking Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam deserves an Oscar for his delivery in this movie.
Look, before we even go further...
Wait. I gotta get this out. Real quick. I actually owe an apology to our listeners.
Yes, you
because
do.
As it turns out, Rob Van Dam is in no way related to Jean-Claude.
No, he's not.
It's exactly what you said.
Yes.
He's some dude that vaguely looked like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Exactly.
Because when he started to speak, I'm like, he sure doesn't sound...
He must be from South Brussels.
So I looked it up, and his name's like George Swakowski or something.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme, so he added Van Damme. He just went under that moniker.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I realized I always thought he was actually related, A, because he looks like him.
Right.
But B, I've never heard him speak.
Well.
Because back in the days when he was a wrestler, he was never big enough to have that big monologue in the middle of the ring moment.
Correct.
So I've never heard the motherfucker speak.
And if he did, it was after I'd gotten out of wrestling, so I don't know.
So, yeah. So, my apologies.
Yes.
Rob Van Dam is in no way related to Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. Sorry for... We know Jean-Claude's a big fan of the show. Yeah. He probably wasn't too keen on whenever... This is not my brother. That's my French accent. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. So...
I would have it down better if I watched Go with Les Flow. Maybe I'd have my French accent down a little more. Anyway, he gets to the base and blah blah. They got a truck to go get.
Yeah, there's and she gets shut down because she wants to go along to get the truck,
but she's jinxed.
She's jinxed because soldiers died somewhere in this war.
Yeah, back in Obama Dad.
Back in Obama Dad, a couple of soldiers got killed, and she was in the general vicinity. So she's a jinx.
Yes.
So he shuts her down, says, "You're not going anywhere," and walks away. So she, stamps her foot and takes a picture of his back.
Right.
Because that'll show him.
Right.
Every picture she takes throughout this is of people's backs.
Right. But she comes along anyway, doesn't she?
Oh, she chim and spritles her way onto that goddamn truck.
That's right. Because they're going to retrieve another truck.
There's a truck that has ammunition and things that they need. And it's way more important than Seagal.
Right.
So they're sent to get this truck. And they're given Bashir as their guide / translator / guy to be with them.
Right.
And so when they go, it's Mosby, Detroit, and Vasquez, Rob Van Dam,
Right.
and Bashir. And when they show them driving there, how are they arranged?
I don't remember.
All three of the soldiers are sitting up front in the truck, and Bashir's alone in the back.
That's right.
Rob Van Dam's just nestled in between the two of them. Did they all need to be in the front seat of the truck?
It's like a G's up, hose down situation, I guess.
So they get to the broke down truck with Specialist Tyler, who's driving the truck.
Right.
They talk to him, and he says that, there's something wrong with my truck. I think it's a hole in the gas line because I should have gas and I don't. So that must be what the problem is.
Right.
So Mosby turns to Detroit and says, "Hey, Detroit, your nickname's Detroit because you're good with cars, right?"
That's the rumor.
That's the rumor. Shit. So go fix the truck.
Yeah.
So he then goes to proceed to get a pipe wrench, which I thought was an odd choice.
Right.
But I'm not going to pretend like I know about working on large military vehicles either.
Yeah.
So he goes under the truck armed only with his trusty pipe wrench. And he's trying to fix the truck. And during that, it's revealed that there's a Middle Eastern woman in the back of the truck with a baby.
Correct.
And wouldn't you know it, there's yet another sniper movie with a rubber baby in it.
Yeah, but this one, really, this was worse than...
This might have been a plank of wood.
Bashir was whittling that baby the whole ride over to that truck.
So
it was bad.
There's this mysterious woman and a baby in the back of the truck, and she speaks a dialect that Bashir doesn't understand, and okay, she's there now.
Mm-hmm.
So hang on, let me go down in my notes. I'm getting lost here.
I could pick it up. They get ambushed.
There's a couple of little one-liners in here that I want to point out before that. So they're looking in the truck, and Mosby Vasquez, Rob Van Dam, sees all the ammunition in there. He says, "Wow, there's enough ammunition in here to blow us all to hell."
Yeah.
And then Mosby looks at him and says, "Or start a small war." Yeah. Are they not in a war?
Exactly.
What does this mean?
And this was that conversation was the first conversation that this is something I want to bring up. I don't care if they are seconds out of a firefight. When Mosby wants to talk to Vasquez, they walk out of cover and we'll talk and we'll talk out in the open.
Private little chit chat.
They do it constantly throughout this whole movie. Like, we can't let these people hear us, so let's walk out in the middle of the fucking kill box.
That's your taxpayer dollars going to that top-notch military training.
I'm not convinced these people are real military. Because once again, they said special ops. Which special ops?
Something else that a well-trained military person would do. If a reporter asks you to give her your sidearm, you goddamn do it, damn it.
Oh, absolutely. That's what you do.
She asked Rob Van Dam, "Hey, you think I can get one of those? It's kind of dangerous out here." And he goes, I really shouldn't. And then he gives it to her.
Yeah.
Just give a civilian a gun in a war zone.
Right. Well, she said she was a good shot.
Yeah. In the line exactly was, "I'll have you know that I'm an expert marksman. Can you say the same, sergeant in the military?"
Apparently, since they're all special ops.
And so he gives it to her, and you think, oh, she's going to keep it on the down low, like she knows she's not supposed to have it. Within seconds, she walks up to Mosby and starts flashing.
Yeah, just starts brandishing the bastard.
And he doesn't immediately take it from her.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
wow, I better take you a little more seriously.
Yeah, I mean,
this cat's got claws.
Yeah, finders keepers and all. I can't take it from you. Even throwing her magazines in the middle of a firefight and shit.
There's a ton of pointless banter about fixing the car to stretch the scene out, because we got to get this movie to 90 minutes, which they didn't even do. It's 89 minutes.
Right.
Mosby actually says, "Don't call me sir, I work for a living."
Yeah.
That line was actually spoken aloud in this movie.
It was.
So Detroit scrambles out from under the truck, and he's got a section of the fuel line and says, he shows it to Mosby. He shows him the fuel line and says, "I got to go get a saw so I can cut this piece of fuel line out."
Yeah.
He's holding it.
Yeah. What the other thing was, that little fuel line that he pulled out, did that necessitate that gigantic wrench that they pulled out of the truck?
Well, you're cutting out a section of a fuel line with nothing but a wrench. I mean, it's going to take a little... You need a serious wrench.
It's going to take some doing.
Yeah. So then the Taliban comes over the hills, one at a time.
Yeah. Taking cover behind grass.
Yeah. Now, up to this point in the movie, you never see more than 2 Taliban in one shot at the same time.
Right.
It's always it's 2 or 1 at a time. Yet back in the camp, Lieutenant Colonel I'm in everything says that there's a huge Taliban force marching on their position, like the goddamn Urukai marching on Helm's Deep.
That's right.
I was under the belief that that's not how the Taliban operated.
No. Apparently not.
So, yeah. The Taliban comes in. At this point in the movie, I've completely forgotten that Steven Seagal is even in it.
Correct.
They go back to him a couple of times so he can have some slurred dialogue with his ward.
Yes.
It's not much. I mean, I don't even have anything to talk about because it's just him sitting in his chair with his legs splayed open to accommodate his gut.
Yeah, and just basically saying,
"You remind me of my brother.
Everything's going to be all right." That's about it. So anyway, Taliban retreats when they see this mysterious woman. So right then
Well, there's the plan is, because they're being shot at from all directions, is that one stray bullet is going to hit this truck and it's going to blow up and kill everybody.
Right.
So
or start a small war.
Or start a small war, whichever comes first. So Mosby says, "I got to get to the other truck and pull it up next to this one as a shield."
Right.
And he says that. Then he turns to Detroit, who's standing right next to him, and says, "Detroit, I got to go get the other truck and pull it up next to this one to use as a shield." And Detroit says, "Don't do that. Let me go. You're the sergeant."
And right then you say, Detroit's dead.
"Are you sure you can go get that truck and pull it up next to this one?"
Yeah.
Detroit can fix the car, but can he drive it?
Yeah. Or, with that much foreshadowing.
And can we hammer this down on the audience's head anymore?
Right.
Detroit makes it 4 steps and is winged.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's when they have to make a run for it. And the Taliban see this mystery woman and they call off the attack and run away to the hills.
Right.
And Bashir finally gets it out of her that she's the daughter-in-law of the head Taliban commander, and that's his only grandson that he's very attached to. So Mosby immediately says, "We're going to use them as a human shield and go back and get Overwatch without any hesitation."
Now, he also, there's a little subversion there. He's supposed to go right back to base.
Mm-hmm.
But he sends that one truck back, and him, Vasquez, and the woman, quote unquote, are gonna go back to take Overwatch. So meanwhile, the lieutenant colonel, who's been in everything's like, that other truck comes back, and he's probably like, "I hadn't seen this kind of insubordination since Bernie Sanders stand," and then but no, you never find out what happened with all that. It just, I don't know. I just had to use my Bernie Sanders stand.
You've been waiting to get that one out this whole time.
Yeah.
So they go back to where Overwatch is, and they pull up, and all the Taliban come out, and they must have gotten the whole crew in front of the camera for this one.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's the first time you see about 15 Taliban in one shot.
That's right.
And then
fellas, the camera's on tripods. You don't need to hold them. Go wrap something around your head and go stand over there.
Get the tablecloth off the catering table.
Yeah.
Seagal's eating it all anyway.
This cloth has chew marks in it.
So the commander comes out, and Mosby gets out with Vasquez and the woman and the baby. And Mosby saunters up to the commander, and he's surrounded by the Taliban, and he says, you know, we've come back. We want to get our guy and get out of here. We got your daughter and your grandson. We want to make a trade. And he says, how about you give me them anyway, and I just let you leave alive, and that's it. And then Mosby says, okay, that's fine. And he walks back and he sends her over. And if you haven't caught on by now that this is not the woman,
right?
So she walks up, and when I say walks up, I mean she walks away from all of her support, all the good guy guns. She is completely surrounded by 15 Taliban with AK-47s.
Correct.
He immediately notices that she is not his daughter, pulls the headdress off, sees that it's the reporter. The reporter then reveals the baby is a bunch of grenades taped together or some shit.
Right.
She clips it to him, knees him in the balls, calls him a motherfucker, and pushes him. Not one bullet strikes her.
No. Not one
during
round
this
is
whole
fired.
exchange.
Yeah.
She's got 15 guns on it. Instead,
they literally turn around and run.
They all run for their lives.
Yeah.
The enemy that's supposed to be so willing to die.
Yes.
Runs for their lives and abandons their high commander to explode in a bad After Effects explosion laid on top of the film.
Look, I've made better explosions fucking around on my computer. And I have zero experience with that. I saw that. When I saw that explosion, I said, I can get a job making shit in movies now.
Call him Seagal. You could be his main guy.
Dude, I could have done way better than that.
Give me some tips on how to get my hair that black.
I know.
So she does that. He blows up. She rolls away from the explosion or something, manages to get back to the truck, again, without a scratch. Vasquez tosses her an M16 because, let's give her that. Let's upgrade her from her pistol.
She did great with the pistol.
Yeah. So give her that one. And when she was shooting the pistol, it was that classic girl shooting a gun, both elbows bent, gun square in her face.
Right. I mean, once again, there was no consultant on firearms in this movie.
So a firefight breaks out. Then here comes Overwatch springing back into action.
Yeah.
And so he starts, again, no sniper rifle.
No.
Machine gun is helping them take out all the Taliban. And Rob Van Dam sets up some bombs to set off as a diversion so they can escape.
Correct.
And what do you know it? They don't go off. And poor Rob Van Dam presses that button and they don't go off. And he looks around and he presses the button again. And he looks around and he presses the button again and he looks around. It's not going to work, Rob. It didn't work the first 2 times. It's not going to work. So then...
Just like your career, this shit ain't going nowhere.
So then here comes the music. The cha-chan, 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 cha-chan kicks up. And here comes Overwatch. And you'd think he's going to sling that sniper rifle around. He says, I'll take care of this. Does not do that. The sniper rifle has been retired since the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Correct.
He just hip shots with his AR gun.
Whatever it is. And shoots all the bombs because they all happened to be within his sight. And he knew where they were, even though he was in no way part of the planning of this. No, but he did see Vasquez planting them.
Did he? Did they show that?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He did
I didn't
see
catch that.
Now,
Sorry.
this is, look, I mean, if you're going to watch a fucking movie, watch it, Chase. I mean, I have a question. It's a legitimate question. This was C4 with an electronic timer on it, or what looked to be a timer, which then had some type of remote thing to it. So what was the point of having a timer on it? I don't know. Either way, C4 is detonated with an electric charge, correct?
Correct.
If you shoot it, it isn't going to blow up, right?
Well, when you use your positive chi and wrap your chakra around the bullets...
So a bullet ain't going to make it blow up, right? Because if that was the case, when the probe went in, that's when it would blow up.
Yeah.
But tell you what, I'm going to settle this right now. I'm going to try to talk while I look this up. You know, can a bullet...
So while you're looking that up, Seagal shoots all the bombs. They blow up in what seem to be cutaways to stock footage of explosions in other movies.
That's pretty much what it was.
And Seagal saves... And it kills all the Taliban. Seagal saves the day.
Okay.
You found it?
Yeah. This is just real quick. It's... I don't know. A block of C4 plastic explosive can withstand a rifle shot without exploding. You can even set one on fire without too much water. That doesn't mean a bomb made from C4 is impervious to gunshots. Such a bomb would have a detonator, which is far more vulnerable.
So he was shooting the detonators.
I guess.
Special
Wait,
ops.
Let me try another one. Let's see here. Here we go. This is from an actual, military forum that I'm reading. Would C4 explode if you shoot it or hit it with a hammer? The number one answer? No.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. And then the next answer, nope.
You mean this movie lied to me?
Yep. And then the third one, nope. No. No. Nope. No. It's basically all one word answers. No.
So Seagal shoots all the bombs, blows up all the Taliban. The day is saved. And so he gets to come down from his perch, and he has his first scene with Mosby.
Which, once again, you've just finished a firefight. You haven't cleared any of the buildings around you.
Oh, he got
let's
them.
have a conversation in the middle of the street.
He got them all. He shot 3 bombs.
I guess.
How could he not have gotten all of them?
I don't know.
So he comes out, and he has this darting one-liner after one-liner back and forth with Mosby.
Right.
And he's about to keel over any minute because he's having to stand in one place for about 10 minutes to talk.
Oh, you know he was huffing and puffing during that whole thing.
And I'm fairly sure that they filmed those scenes away from each other. Like, they weren't there at the same time.
That's very possible.
They filmed Mosby with someone with black hair here, and then they flipped it and they filmed Seagal on his one day that he was there. Because the flow of the conversation, it really didn't sound like they were actually speaking to each other.
Seagal was probably like, I'll do this movie, but I don't want to talk to anybody.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
Okay, cool. No problem.
Give me my belly gun.
Yeah.
So they have their little thing, and he's like, well, I guess we could call it even on that $50 that I owe you. No, it's actually 60. And you expect it to iris down on them and end the movie. But then, before he can walk off, the reporter comes running up to Seagal. And she says, hey, I just got one question for you. Are you really as good as everyone says you are? And he turns to her, and for the first time in the movie, he whips off his sunglasses and says, some of the times. And then it ends. Now, here's
beady little eyes too.
Here's my Shyamalan twist to this movie.
Okay.
This could have, if this would have happened, it would have redeemed this movie completely, and this would be my favorite movie of all time.
What if he took off the glasses and he was
cross-eyed?
I didn't know that's what you were gonna say. I was just trying to make a joke. I wasn't trying to steal your thunder. I really didn't think that's what you were going to say.
He just whips them off and he's cross-eyed.
Yeah.
Some of the time. And then it just does the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, dude, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to steal it. I didn't think that's what you were going to say.
Oh, my God.
See, that's why we're meant for each other, right there.
That's why we do this, folks.
Exactly. Somehow we both knew that's what needed to be done.
Best comedy ever. 89 minutes of a build-up to this one thing.
You know what, dude? If that's how it ended, it would be like the best fucking movie
Steven Seagal is back, and he's doing comedies now.
Exactly. I would tell everybody. The man is a comedic genius. Who's Kevin Hart? I don't know. Because Steven Seagal is the bee's knees now. Oh my God, that would be so funny.
So then it ends with, like, again, ripping off of Predator. This montage of shots of, they show the character doing some action things, then it shows them look at the camera and smile, and it says their name.
Yeah.
Right out of Predator.
Oh, it was that's what it was. And once again, I sat through the credits waiting to see if there was a stinger at the end of it.
Is it him going back to his tent, and he takes out his contacts, and he's cross-eyed?
Steven, we need you to do the stinger. I'm not going to do it. Let it run.
Oh my God. Okay. So this movie had it was like it was trying to have a little more depth to it throughout, because they kept hinting at like there was going to be some subplots around. And
the congressman.
The congressman, exactly. There's a point where the lieutenant colonel says that the congressman was kidnapped because he was an anti-war spending congressman,
right?
And he came out to Obama Dad, wherever they're supposed to be.
He was going to shut everything down.
To shut everything down and prove to them that this spending was irrational.
Right.
And he got kidnapped, and they really make it seem like he was set up.
And they were like, look, he was drugged the whole time, and we can't get the information from him right now and all. So you really think this is going to come into play?
Yeah.
No.
But Lieutenant Colonel over here knew he was going to come and shut it down, so he set him up to get kidnapped by the Taliban.
That's what I thought. I was like, the Lieutenant Colonel's evil somehow.
Yeah. Never happens.
No.
And through the whole thing, Mosby saying, this doesn't smell right. This feels like a setup. He's like, it's just convenient. Everything just turns out to be pure coincidence through the whole movie.
And another thing, it's kind of like the whole Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark movie. Mm-hmm. The movie could have existed without Seagal, and the same exact thing would have happened. Mm-hmm. Just like you don't need India in that movie.
Nope.
The same thing's going to happen.
Nazis are going to open it up, do their little ritual, and melt the end.
That's right. So it'd be the same. It's the same thing.
So this could have been anyone else but Seagal. That leads me to believe that this wasn't a Seagal movie.
But he's the only sniper in it.
They brought him in, and when they brought him in, that was their undoing. Because they let Pandora out of the box.
If the movie was called Fireteam Dogbite, I'd say, yeah.
It might have originally been that, and then they brought him in. And to get him on board, to get some credibility to this movie, they had to rename it, they had to give him top billing, and they had to put him on the cover.
What if this movie was supposed to be this awesome movie? And it had like everything it needed, like a great script and all that shit. But it's just like a really naive director. And so it was actually going to, like, Rob Van Dam was going to become a household name. This was going to be,
Let's not start reaching here.
No, listen. This was going to be this decade's Saving Private Ryan. That's what this was going to be.
Wow.
Then listen to me. Hear me out. And then this director says, "I can get Steven Seagal here," and everybody's like, "Whoa, dude! Like, I don't think you should do that because it's fucking Steven Seagal. I don't think you want to do that."
I know.
No.
He's a cop in my hometown.
Yeah. So they bring Seagal in, and Seagal's like, "Hey, if I were you, I'd change the script to do this." And he's like, "Yeah, that's what I'm going to do." And he's like, "Let's make it about a sniper instead." Yeah, let's just change the whole movie. And that's what happened.
Snipers are big right now. Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, but you know what? It won't just be a sniper. It'll be a sniper special ops. But that doesn't even make sense. Just listen to me, kid.
Listen to me, kid.
Who's been in this business long?
I've been in the military for 60 years.
You see how many pouches I have around my gut?
You think they just hand these pouches out to just anybody? He had hot pockets in all those pouches.
Yes. He had pouches like fucking Deadpool used to have. Just every nook and cranny had a pouch.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Now we got to do our ranking. Where do you put this one? Does this beat out Welcome to the Jungle for most enjoyable?
No, it's a second for me.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, because I would watch if I had the if I had the choice, I have to watch Welcome to the Jungle again or watch this again. I'd watch Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah, same here.
Because I'd laugh at it.
Yeah.
Now, if he
I laughed at this.
If he would have whipped off them glasses and he'd have been cross-eyed,
I'd watch this movie every day.
Every fucking day. Like, without a doubt, I would be watching that every day. Like, I'd be
Let's just
shunning
pretend
my
that's
family.
how it actually ended.
I'd be shunning my family. Oh, wait up, what's about to happen? Well, why don't you just watch the end of the movie? No, it's not the same.
It's about
you have to watch the whole thing.
It's about the build-up.
Yeah, it's an hour-long joke. Like, that's how you have to do it. You can't just watch the end. That doesn't make sense. Oh, Jesus.
Fantastic. And when I was trying to figure out my next pick, I've got a bunch of Steven Seagal movies being suggested to me now. And it was hard. It was hard resisting that because this one was so much fun.
It was.
So I'm sure we'll return to Seagal at some point in this experiment, but
well, I think we're gonna have fun with the three-headed sharks.
Not for now because we got to go to. We're gonna stick with Rob Van Dam for a little while.
Yeah,
see what he has to offer.
Well, I'm looking forward to the three-headed sharks.
Yeah, it's gonna say you lost, but did you?
Not really. just my pride hurts.
It could have been way worse.
Yep, only my pride hurts. That's all.
Because I had a couple other shark movies that in my pocket still.
Wow.
So
you picked a doozy.
Maybe we should do like when's Shark Week?
I don't know.
Is that like July? It's summer.
We'll find out.
We should do Shark Month on Garbage Theater.
We will.
And we'll just watch 4 shark movies for the whole month.
We will.
Because there's plenty of shark movies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm down with that.
So, look forward to that coming later in the year, folks.
Yeah.
We're going to have Shark Month.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm ready to get started on the next movie.
Well, I am too. This is going to be fun.
Yep. Too bad. Sorry, Magic Mike. You missed out on your chance at glory.
Shucks.
Oh, well.
Till next time, folks.
Thank you for listening to Garbage Theater. To get the latest episodes, please subscribe on iTunes and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/garbagetheater. You can also listen to Garbage Theater anytime, anywhere on Stitcher Radio On Demand. Download the free app today.